All right, folks, in today's video, we're going to talk about primal energy, okay, belly energy. This is part 2 of the belly conversation that we had in a previous video, and you guys had asked for part 2. And I'm 6 months late, but nonetheless, we're doing it. So belly energy is a very, very powerful thing for a man or a woman. This is not just masculinity here. This is for a man or a woman. There is a reservoir of energy inside this human body that is meant to be tapped into, meant to be explored. And most people, especially in America, have virtually zero connection to this part of themselves because they are trained, almost like when you go to a certain place in America, like Boston, and then you develop an accent. Similarly, you're around enough people who don't know their own belly, and then you decide, okay, I'm not going to go into my belly because if I do, it's dangerous and I won't be liked and I'll stand out and I won't fit in. And this is a very, very harmful thing for your vitality, for your bank account, for your overall well-being. The belly is a deep primal access point where it is your birthright to begin to play with that. I'm not saying that you should be as wild beast, but I'm also not saying that you are just pure intellect or pure heart. There is an angel and there is an animal inside of you, inside of each and every one of us. And the animal part is where a lot of people are totally and utterly lost. The angelic realms, there's a lot of teachings out there. There's a lot of spirituality. There's a lot of things where you can say the right words and get into compassion and love and peace and joy. And actually, some of the angelic realms are very, very real, even though I just did an arrogant judgment of angelic realms. But there's a lot of reality to that and beauty to that. But it's done in a lot of bullshit ways in today's time. But the animal is really missed and misunderstood, and also just generally not taught. Okay, so what is the belly? Let's talk about this. I'm going to briefly go through these slides. I'm not going to go through this that intensely because it's like a 2-hour talk if I did, but the belly is a deep reservoir of life force. It is a deep center of creative flow. Each person has their own unique animal, their own unique belly. Okay? The belly is often in simple consciousness. Things like eat, shit, sleep, fuck, fight. It has a simple horizontal consciousness. It's not tuning into abstract ideas and timelines and deep, esoteric concepts. It's just like raw and raw and real and authentic of just like, I want to eat, I want to shit, I want to sleep, I want to fuck, I want to fight. Okay? Laughter is also a belly thing too. And, they even say gut instinct, right? What is your gut instinct? This is your belly. This is your belly know-how. When someone is talking to you or someone is sharing information with you, and you are just getting intuitive hits about the person, listen to them. Listen to your intuition. You have a gut instinct that is far superior to any of your mental calculations, I promise you. Okay? But the belly can have a response to people irrespective of the words that they're saying, right? So right now I'm speaking to you, but I'm also passing something emotionally. You're going to be feeling something. Maybe if you have any life in you, you'll feel something, right? Some people are just totally in their minds. They can't feel anything, okay? And they're just calculating my thought, what I'm saying, and putting it into their calculator and saying, I agree with this, I disagree with this. Nope, that doesn't make sense. Josh is ugly, Josh is this, Josh is that. But if you actually are present with the totality of yourself, when people speak, you're going to feel the spaces behind the words. What is behind the words? What kind of emotion, what kind of energy, what kind of life experience, what kind of depth, what kind of truth or lack thereof? All right? And big cats, animals, are often just pure belly. They don't have intellect. They just have belly. They have wild belly. Okay. But at some point, we've disconnected from the belly because we were told that it was too much. Our teacher said, calm down. Our parents said, stop yelling, be small, be quiet, be obedient. And this wildness inside died down. We became afraid of it. Technology made this even worse, of course, and makes it worse every day. People are literally being pulled out of their belly and out of their body and into astral mental worlds. Highly analytical, highly fast-paced, highly lack of emotional depth spaces. But the belly is the conversation underneath the conversation. Okay, when someone's speaking, there's the space underneath the words. That is the gold mine. That is where you make your decisions from. Okay? So you look at public figures, you can look at like a Joe Rogan. Like, let's just watch some videos together, all right? So you look at a guy like Joe Rogan, okay? And you watch Joe Rogan speak, okay? So really any podcast of him.
Of the world's atoms and converted it into a supercomputer, all of the universe's atoms, and converted it into a supercomputer, it would take so much time to solve this equation that the universe would die of heat death.
Okay. When Joe Rogan speaks, he is genuinely connected to something deep inside of himself. I'm not saying he's like a spiritual guru, but what I'm saying is that he has belly. He does jujitsu. He does martial arts. He knows his body. He knows his limitations. He's grounded. He speaks from a place of life experience. He's not pontificating, generally speaking. He's not going into these deep abstract things and abstract tunnels and trying to prove himself. He's comfortably resting in his, let's call it, wild energy, and he understands that wild energy, and therefore he commands respect. Okay, so Joe Rogan is a really good example of someone who's connected to belly. Okay, now if we look at another person like Ben Shapiro, this would be an example of someone who's not. Okay, so
Kathy Hochul has been slamming the brakes on Zohran Mamdani's insane proposals. So again, she is in a neck and neck battle with Elise Stefanik for governorship of New York, and she is very much afraid that if she does what Zohran Mamdani wants, it'll absolutely crater her gubernatorial chances in her reelect effort. So yesterday, she tried to slam the brakes on Zohran Mamdani's nonsense.
So forget about the nasally voice, because I'm not judging like on physical attributes of like, oh, his voice is high, Joe Rogan's voice is low. You're tuning into where is this person's voice coming from? What is behind the voice? And when you tune into the space of this, is a lot of abrasiveness. It's a lot of rapid speed, mental calculations, and it's like right and wrong, and it's really not a depth. There's not a lot of love. There's not a lot of holding. There's not a lot of warmth in the voice stream. And so for me, this would be an example of someone who doesn't really understand or know his belly, and he's still very successful, way more powerful than me or richer than me or whatever the heck you want to, I'm not saying this from some sort of I'm the man vantage point and he's worse than me or anything like that. But I'm just trying to give you access point into some vision that, I've learned over many, many years on this journey and working with, thousands of men at this point. Right. So you can see that different figures have different representations, right? Different cultures have different bellies as well. One thing that Jordan Peterson says is like a harmless man is not a good man. A good man is someone who is violent but understands and has that violence under voluntary control. That is another way of saying belly. Okay? Right? The belly wants to be matched. Okay. Another thing is like, watch out for the nice guys. Being extra nice is the opposite of belly. When someone is really afraid of tension, really afraid of taking up space, really afraid of being themselves, you'll notice that they are just constantly terrified of tension and conflict, and that's why they choose to be nice. I've never met someone who's like nice through and through and through to every bone of their body. Nice is a mechanism that comes online as a for survival. Okay? So that's why, you have countless books that are like nice guys finish last and, et cetera, et cetera. So the belly is a living, breathing organism within yourself that you get to relate with. In an ideal world, you're the mediator between the angel and the animal. So you're not just blindly in your belly, being like a wild animal, but you're also not discounting it or ignoring it because it has a lot of intelligence and a lot of wisdom. If you look at different parts of the world, Brazil versus America, Brazil values belly. America doesn't. Okay? Asia doesn't. Africa has a lot of belly. Brazil has a lot of belly. South America has a lot of belly, generally speaking. But you go to check out the difference between Brazil and Chile, or Brazil and Bolivia. The people, or Peru and Brazil, it's wildly different. Peru is nowhere near the same belly as Brazil. Brazil loves and values and cultivates belly. The way they dance, the way they fight. Okay? So, there's another saying, the spine protects the heart. This is very important. If you want to be a complete human being, you have to have boundaries. Boundaries are drawn in the belly. You can't draw boundaries from your heart. You ever tried to really reason with someone and listen, I really value you, but really it would be great if you could possibly not call me that because, look, I know you mean well, I know you mean the best, but it hurts my heart when you do that and you say those words. It's like, oh my goodness. You have to be in a space of authority to draw a boundary. When you do that, you don't explain yourself. You become the boundary. No, listen, man, that's not going to work for me. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, that doesn't work for me. You're not explaining and leaking and bleeding and trying to protect them as you draw the boundary. Just, no, I don't tolerate that. No, that doesn't work for me. Boom, that's a boundary. That's belly. Okay? It's your spine is protecting the softer, vulnerable, compassionate parts of yourself. And that's generally how you want to draw a boundary. I'm not saying every single time. There can be love with boundary. There can be explaining a little bit with a boundary. But ultimately, you have to become the boundary. The belly does that. All right, so how do we get in our bellies? Laughing, singing, chanting, toning, playing, dancing, expressing yourself, speaking your truth, fighting, martial arts, walking in nature, being barefoot, okay? Surfing your edge, looking in the wild, exercising, traveling around the world. Watch movies. You want to see belly? Watch the movie about the plane crash in the Andes Mountains on the History Channel with the main character is the guy who eventually gets them, who helps them survive. He's got massive belly. Anyway, he's been interviewed many, many times. Okay, he wrote a book. His book, I've read both books. I've read his book and then I've read the other guy's book because there were two guys who did that final trip. One guy was a doctor and is kind of like the second in command. And then one guy was pure raw belly and he was the main guy who helped everyone survive. And I'm forgetting on his name. I've actually emailed him a few times back and forth. He's super potent, powerful dude, but he has belly. Okay, his primal belly is what literally got these people out of that situation. Okay, and Nando Parado, that's his name right there. Okay, and then also authenticity, being honest with yourself, being real with yourself. These are very, very powerful. Okay, so the belly, to summarize here, all right, the belly is a portal, okay? And it is a thing to work on consciously and a thing to dialogue with consciously on a regular basis. What does my belly feel about this person, this place, this thing, this event? And if you can learn to actually dialogue with it without having to blindly listen to it or reject it, you will activate 20 to 30% more life force. So much of what is keeping people weak and docile and tired is that they have no connection to this thing, or they're terrified of it, or they hear this thing's voice and they just like, I'm a bad person, oh my God. Because the belly has violence. It might want to just like energetically just like, might hate someone from the second they open their mouth, or it might want to just whatever, slap someone or punch someone, or it has an intensity, okay? And it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have morality. The way everyone is so focused on being morally just and morally right. This thing is a wild beast, okay? And if you can learn how to navigate with these forces, you will be a more powerful individual, and you will get more of what you want in life. All right? If you like this video, we could even do a part 3 of the belly, but I need some validation as usual. But share with me how you liked the video. Leave a comment below. Ask a question. We're answering a lot of the comments. Hope you enjoyed the show. And that's the belly for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. See you in the next video. Peace.